The events take place in a fictional, absurd suburb where all the adults dress in bright colors and wear orthodontic braces. Jill Davis, a housewife, and her friend Lisa Wetbottom are cheering on their 7-year-old sons, Julian and Bob, at a kids' soccer game. The women are friends and rivals at the same time, which is why the boys are constantly competing with each other too. The women chat in the stands. Lisa mentions that Cheryl, a yoga instructor, was found dead the night before. She had been attacked in her own home. Cheryl's neighbor saw a bagger from the needle store coming out of her house. This leaves Jill shocked and confused. Many women from the suburb used to attend Cheryl's yoga studio. Jill is holding her newborn daughter Madison in her arms. Lisa coos over the baby, and on a sudden impulse, Jill offers to let her have Madison. Lisa hesitates, since the baby is not hers. Jill assures her friend that it is fine. It will be a gift from the heart. Lisa ends up taking Madison as her own daughter. Jill smiles and tells her, "Enjoy." In the suburb, everyone drives golf carts instead of regular cars. After the game, Jill tells her son that every time he trips during a match, he slows the whole game down. His father will be very upset if he finds out. Julian in turn asks where his little sister is. Jill calmly replies that she gave Madison to Lisa. For one brief moment, the woman feels as if someone is watching her. Jill and her husband Nick are hosting a barbecue for Nick's upcoming 40th birthday celebration. Lisa and her husband Dennis have brought their newly acquired daughter with them. Marital admires Jill's canapes, which upsets Lisa because people are only trying hers reluctantly. Nick and Dennis do not even seem to register right away that their wives have kissed the wrong husbands. Jill kissed Dennis, and Lisa kissed Nick. Everyone simply turns the whole situation into a joke, as if nothing strange has happened. After the party, the guests head home in their golf carts. As a boy with special needs, Julian often irritates his parents. Meanwhile, Jill continues to feel as if she is being watched, as if someone is always nearby. She also misses Madison terribly. Nick reminds her that the girl's name is Paige now. Jill deeply regrets giving her daughter to Lisa. The man seems upset too, and asks his wife to warn him in advance next time something like this happens. At the same time, Lisa and Dennis are happy about the unexpected addition to their family, since up to that point, they had only had one child, Bob. Like everyone else in town, the family is immersed in the absurd routine of suburban life. Kim Ann, the Davises' neighbor, is divorcing her husband. Jill brings her a taco salad as a gesture of support. Kim Ann asks Jill to put the salad bowl on the floor, and with obvious reluctance offers her some lemonade. Jill does not understand how she has offended her neighbor. Kim Ann begins reproaching Jill for giving her own daughter to Lisa. Kim Ann herself would not have minded taking the baby, but for some reason Jill never offered her the chance. She guiltily says she did not think of it. The woman had not actually planned to give her daughter away at all, it just happened. The Davises and the Wetbottoms meet for lunch at a bistro, just the two couples. Jill says that unfortunately Julian will no longer be able to attend etiquette class, so it looks like Bob will be the only boy left there. Instead, Julian will be taking extra math classes. Bob took the test too, but he scored lower. This stings Lisa's pride. Suddenly, two waiters accidentally drop the couple's dishes. The waiters look as if they are about to burst into tears. Jill, Nick, Lisa, and Dennis assure them that everything is fine and start eating the food right off the floor. Then they go to a kids' recital. Bob performs on the saxophone, and he is clearly running out of breath. The applause from the audience is very weak. Julian performs next on the piano, but his performance is even worse. The boy just randomly pounds on the keys. Jill and Nick are deeply disappointed. It was a humiliation in front of the entire suburb. Julian rehearsed all week, yet he still failed and brought shame on his whole family. Dennis praises Bob for his performance, while Lisa says the saxophone is not really his thing. The boy points out offended, that Julian performed much worse. Lisa objects, saying that Julian's performance was at least original. At school, Julian tries to make friends with Bob, but he rejects him in front of the whole class. The teacher, Miss Human, also dislikes Julian because of his eccentric antics. The other children do not want to be friends with him. Jill is terribly embarrassed by her son. At the supermarket, she runs into Marital. Nick's 40th birthday pool party is coming up soon, but Marital, who is acting unusually cold, turns down the invitation because Julian recently taught her daughter a swear word. Marital is deeply offended. Jill is horribly embarrassed. Julian is constantly embarrassing her in front of other people. Nick tries to teach his son to play baseball, but the boy cannot get the hang of it. Nick is upset because it is important to him that his son do well in sports. Julian cries and gets angry because his parents are constantly unhappy with him. Tension also begins to grow between Jill and Nick. She drives Julian to karate class, and on the way, hears an unfamiliar voice. It seems someone really is watching her. Bob attends the same class. Julian immediately starts standing out from the other kids. Lisa invites Jill to go to a pottery workshop with her. Jill replies that she would love to, but she cannot today. She promised Nick they would watch TV together that evening. Lisa shares that lately, the romance has disappeared from her relationship with Dennis. Everything has been reduced to household routine and taking care of the children. Jill advises her friend to read the book Mating in Captivity. When the woman is getting everything ready for the party, which will take place by the pool in their backyard, she hears the unfamiliar voice again. During Nick's birthday celebration, the guests praise the Davises' new large pool. Jill is nervous that her son might wet himself, as he often does. It would be unfortunate if it happened in front of the guests. The woman begs Julian to use the restroom, while the boy flatly refuses. Later, he sings happy birthday to his father and jumps into the pool, but when he resurfaces, he is turned into a golden retriever. Everyone is stunned and confused, but no one doubts that it is Julian. Jill and Nick continue living as if nothing has happened. She still takes Julian to school every day. And while the kids in his class used to avoid Julian, now that he looks like a cute animal, they show interest in him and are even happy to pet him. When Jill runs into Lisa on the street, she awkwardly asks if she can have the baby back. Now that her son has turned into a dog, Jill misses Madison, or rather Paige, more than ever. Lisa takes offense and says that Dennis probably would not allow it. Nick happily plays ball with Julian. This is exactly the kind of son Nick has always dreamed of. Athletic, eager to run around. Jill on the other hand misses the old Julian. He has changed so much, and as his mother, she finds it hard to accept these changes. Despite everything, Jill takes her son to a kid's soccer game. Out of nowhere, Lisa takes the ball and hides it under her dress. Everyone, even Dennis, thinks she is pregnant and starts congratulating him. Lisa just smiles. The coach kicks Julian off the team because dogs are not allowed on the soccer field. But almost no one pays attention to this, since everyone is busy with Lisa's sudden pregnancy. Erica, Cheryl's sister, organizes a memorial, and all the residents of the suburb gather to pay their respects. This is a shared tragedy for them, especially since crimes happen extremely rarely here. Everyone expects Cheryl's boyfriend, Rob, to say a few warm words about her. But he has already found a new girlfriend, Crystal, and does not seem grief-stricken at all. Crystal, by the way, did not know that Bob had been dating Cheryl. The absurd routine of this absurd suburb continues as usual. One evening, Jill tells her husband the bad news. Julian has been expelled from his math classes. But Nick does not care because he likes the new Julian much more. More than anything in the world, Jill wants to get the old Julian back. Before bed, she sings him a lullaby, not noticing the deranged middle-aged woman watching them through the window. Lisa and Dennis brag to their friends about the new addition to their family. They treat the soccer ball like their third child and have even given it a name, Twilson. Jill forces herself to smile, but deep down she is jealous, because essentially she has no children left. Despite Cheryl's death, the women of the suburb continue going to her yoga studio. However, since there is no instructor anymore, they watch TV instead of taking classes. Jill, Nick, and their friends go bowling. Lisa brags that Bob retook the test and signed up for math classes. Julian, on the other hand, has stopped going to the classes, since he cannot even speak or write anymore. Lisa notes that Jill looks unhappy. Kim-en advises Jill to get a divorce too. After her own divorce, Kim-en feels much better and has not regretted her decision once. Jill decides that Kim-en is right and tells Nick she wants a divorce. He is completely unprepared to hear this, and at first cannot even find anything to say. At home, Jill explains to Julian that she and his father are no longer together, and that none of it is Julian's fault, even if he is a dog now and can no longer do the things he used to do. At the same time, Nick breaks down, begging his wife not to divorce him. He is sure this is about their son turning into a dog and promises to fix everything, but Jill has already made up her mind. She wants Nick to pack his things immediately and move in with Buck, Kim-en's ex-husband. No matter how much Nick cries, it does not change Jill's mind. Meanwhile, someone continues watching their house. Lisa, Dennis, and their children pose for a family photo shoot. Bob is very unhappy. Lately the boy has become irritable and mean. Lisa would like to sit down for a more balanced shot. Since there are no chairs, the photographer offers her a wheelchair belonging to one of the photo studio employees. When Nick comes back to the house to scoop some water from the pool, he discovers that Julian has been left unattended. On top of that, the dog is not wearing any clothes at all. Meanwhile, Jill is at a beauty salon having her hair straightened. Later, after discovering that Nick has taken Julian, Jill goes to Lisa and asks her for help. Lisa thinks that perhaps Julian really should stay with Nick for now, because Jill left her son alone. The woman has no family left at all, and once again she begs Lisa to give her the baby back. But she refuses again, saying that Jill has only herself to blame for being left without children. Lisa has come to love Paige as her own daughter, so she has no intention of giving her up. Crushed, Jill returns home and comes face to face with her stalker, the middle-aged woman who seems clearly mentally unstable. The woman screams that this is her kitchen and that she is just trying to make dinner. Not wanting to seem rude, Jill explains as calmly as possible that she is the one who lives here. Furious, the stranger kicks her out. Jill drives away in her golf cart. At one point she stops near a pasture and tears off her orthodontic braces with wire cutters. Night falls. On the verge of despair, Jill keeps driving forward and almost gets into an accident. She has nothing left to lose and nowhere to go back to. Jill arrives at the house where she grew up. May, a single mother with 4 children, lives there now. The uninvited guest's disheveled appearance worries May. Jill assures her that everything is fine and asks for permission to take one of the children. Naturally, May refuses and shuts the door in Jill's face. The woman breaks down sobbing when suddenly she gets the idea to kidnap one of May's daughters. Jill takes the girl to a cafe and orders ice cream. A news report on TV announces the arrest of Cheryl's killer, Little Helen. Jill recognizes her stalker in this middle-aged woman. It was Lisa who exposed Little Helen when she went to check on Jill. Jill returns to town, and the next day she attends a kids' soccer game. Her so-called daughter, the one she kidnapped, is also playing soccer. Lisa still refuses to give Jill the baby back, but she is willing to give her Bob, who has become completely uncontrollable. Jill, however, is not satisfied with this. Suddenly Lisa announces that she has moved into Jill's house with her family. They have hired Nick as a pool boy. In Jill's view, they will be much happier there. Jill, on the other hand, can now live in Lisa and Dennis's house. Confused, she thanks Lisa. Suddenly Jill realizes that the soccer field lies on top of graves. Lisa has always known this, but Jill had never noticed it before. Gripped by panic, the woman gets up from the stands and screams that she has to get out of here. The coach scolds her, saying that leaving the field is forbidden, and against her own will, Jill immediately sits back down. Greener Grass is a satire of the perfect suburb, where complete emptiness hides behind a beautiful image. All the film's absurd details show how chasing someone else's perfect life makes people lose themselves, their loved ones, and their real happiness.